took the Instagram to share his contemplations on the ritzy occasion, he brought up a few rather dubious pictures that rose up out of the mic. And Mike these got him in a Converse Oreo. And he's going on the defensive toward my God, sir, hello, you all needed to come to my room eating mom. He generally, you know how 50 Penny has made it his second job to call individuals out on their mistakes. Well, he's once again at it again, with Diddy's name at the focal point of it. As you most likely realize, 50 has over and over let us know Diddy is gay. Yet presently the rapper is on to something else as he blamed the music tycoon for preparing Little Child down a similar way, yet 5-0 didn't haul this allegation. All of a sudden, good gracious, see Lil Child was as of late at what resembled a high-profile Hollywood party. And we know Diddy's set of experiences with those in any case after pictures of Lil Child and two men embracing from behind surfaced 50. Didn't keep down on getting down on his once dear companion for his crude move oak throughout recent decades. Diddy has figured out how to get his spot at the zenith of the hip jump world, and to some even media outlets overall. And due to the sort of force that accompanies being at the top, Diddy has had the option to acquire direct admittance to a ton of youthful stars. Normally you'd expect that as an OG in the game, his mo is guide youngsters in the business on how they might actually abstain from committing vocation-harming errors, or better still, how to use their ability anyway. The case has been the inverse. As a matter of fact, you could express that as a misrepresentation of the truth, in light of the fact that, as per reports, Diddy has done everything except help the young people in the business, aside from prepping them to be very much like him. And this is where 50 Penny comes in. I'm having a beverage. To disregard this, 50 Penny has been discussing Diddy about his actual sexuality for a long while now. And despite the fact that it might seem like the numerous men rapper is simply savaging Diddy, many individuals additionally appear to accept Diddy is precisely the exact thing 50 Penny has been calling him out to be for a really long time. Yet the thing with these cases against Diddy is that they truly wouldn't be an issue assuming Diddy had emerged as gay. Yet what makes things essentially more muddled for this situation is that Diddy's name is additionally attached to preparing reports. Michael Cyrus, are you returning home? That's right, Diddy has supposedly been engaged with prepping a few significant demonstrations in the business today. And how could he do it the same way he apparently did it with Lil Child, just that he got gotten down on this onesie 2 or 3 days prior? Extremely rich person chief of fan Michael Rubin went all out for a section he facilitated at the Hamptons. And allow me to be quick to let you know that pretty much every VIP you could imagine was there, from Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, Jay-Z, and Beyonce, the entire way to Tom Brady. Everybody, that is anybody, was at that party. The party was a significant virtual entertainment second, with visitors sharing photographs and recordings on Instagram and Twitter. The hashtag Rubin Party was moving on Twitter over the course of the evening. And obviously, the occasion was a hit, with every individual who went to there were additionally visitors, entertainers, including Jack Harlow, Travis Scott, and Lil Child. Yet nothing else about this select party stood apart to 50 Penny other than a photograph of Lil Child. At the occasion that came to web-based entertainment on Instagram, 50 Penny shared a photograph of Lil Child being embraced by two men at the party. In his subtitle, he communicated his uneasiness with the circumstance, expressing, "See, for this reason, I don't hit up no party puffy in them." That he further scrutinized the scene, teaching the men to get the F reference, mark bullet K off my young ninja emoticon, and closed with a confounded WTF. Well, to many individuals, 50 just appeared to have been deliberately jabbing at Diddy on the grounds that the rapper wasn't so much as a visitor at Rubin's party. Yet to a ton of others, 50 was playing basically. That appears to have been the situation with this client, who composed 50 Penny's subtitle on that Little Child picture has me in genuine tears. Two others, 50 is the last individual that ought to call anybody out for anything gay. Another client who accepts this composed 50 Penny truly can't discuss Lil Child being embraced up upon no one when apparition influence be having Drew rested up with his donned wands, so stop it all beat the client could truly have a point with this anyway. This isn't close by anyone's standards to the initial time the terrible kid leader has been named as a gay controller for the elites of the business. His name previously came up of his apparently strange relationship with Usher when the big shot himself led it. Slip that he used to awaken with the vocalist while Usher was a teen, while the world glances at him now and sees a star. Usher Raymond's ascent to distinction hasn't precisely been a smooth ride. And think about who we need to thank for that. In all honesty, Diddy, when Usher was only 14, his mom, Jonetta Patton, had him stay with Diddy for several years. And keeping in mind that at the time the fundamental justification for that move was to get the youthful vocalist to know the intricate details of the music business, Diddy transformed that time into something somewhat surprising. As per reports, tales were circumventing about how Usher and Diddy had been physically associated with the past. Under typical conditions, this would have been discounted, as only that reports, yet there have, quite recently, been an excessive number of circumstances that have demonstrated in any case you see separated from the way that Usher himself has suggested this reality. On many times in interviews, there have likewise been a few reports which apparently affirmed that something had for sure ended up guiding while he was under Diddy's rooftop. And I resided with Scene Puffy searches for a year. That is the insane thing now. That was Lou Reed's thought, right? We're sending you to something many refer to as Puffy Flavor Camp. There you go. I couldn't say whether I could comprehend what I was in any event. Taking a gander at some time ago, when he was thriving high schooler years, he got endorsed to LaFay's Records and was encouraged. Sounds like a little glimpse of heaven. Right, well, you should hold off on that since it turns out there was something beyond mentorship happening between these two, as per a recoil commendable meeting that P. Diddy did with Kevin Hart, where he said Usher, and he used to awaken in a similar bed. It seems like things got pretty comfortable between the tutor and mentee, yet Usher isn't the main young person that was up to speed in Diddy's web at an early age, in light of the fact that Justin Bieber is another star that purportedly got the worst part of the deal with Diddy. If you catch my drift, as I don't feel cheerful, this multitude of individuals are grinning around me and causing me to feel like I'm nevertheless, it's unauthentic. Diddy enjoyed 48 hours with Justin Bieber when the youthful hotshot was only a teen, given Diddy's questionable history with teen young men. His advantage in Justin raised a ton of eyebrows. There are reports that Diddy showed Justin a Ferrari and guaranteed him the chance to drive it once he turned 16. Despite the fact that Justin was just 15 at the time. Other than this, it is claimed that Diddy offered Justin a manor which he could probably have when he turned 18. You know, when you get 16. All set, I'm all set. Music Oak. Well, it's essential to take note of that there is no substantial proof to help these charges. They bring up issues about Diddy's intentions behind such luxurious gifts. Certain individuals, except the rapper's activities, might have been equipped towards causing Justin to emulate his own example. And what affirms this hypothesis is that 2 or 3 years after their underlying communication, Diddy and Justin showed up before a camera. Just that this time the vocalist looked frightened by Diddy. You ain't been calling me and hanging out the manner in which we used to hang out. Well, I mean you haven't. I mean you attempt to reach out to me. You realize through the entirety of my accomplices and so forth. Yet you never truly got beginning to draw an obvious conclusion. Are we seeing as Diddy has been associated with this large number of youthful sensations in a to a great extent problematic manner? It makes you think about the new allegation from 50 Penny, including Lil Child. Yet one thing that has been consistent in every one of the allegations against Diddy is that they've included parties at one point or the other. Well, it turns out there's something else to unload there besides we thought, yet paying little mind to what 50 Penny brought of the rapper isn't the one in particular that had a view about the photos that caught party, as even standard individuals had their own free discernments about what was truly going on with the party. and to many individuals via virtual entertainment. These gatherings were pretty much accustomed for individuals in the business to scale the positions. And this is by all accounts the conviction of individuals about Lil Child's apparently bizarre hugs with Rubin. One client trusts this to be the situation, and even name-dropped another rapper. He accepts to have followed that way. These rappers will figure out how to climb the positions. And it will not have anything to do with their rapping abilities, asked Tame Factory. Who do you think offered him that 5-star versus lodging in Dubai? It was anything but a lady. Well, these individuals could really have a point, since glancing back at history, Diddy has been called out for purportedly facilitating these commencement gatherings. And assuming you've heard anything about Diddy's gatherings, you'd know they're the genuine article. Basically, that arrangement, said Diddy's ex-guardian quality arrangement, guaranteed that there were spots where Diddy would go in and his protectors wouldn't, yet he would in any case have the option to get the bits of gossip about what was happening from the women that Diddy would welcome. He said that he never saw the perverted and devilish piece of hip jump. While with Diddy, since there were spots where guardians couldn't enter, yet he had the option to hear what was happening in Diddy's mystery parties. He said that he was in a circumstance where he saw men being set up and tricked by ladies at Diddy's gatherings, just for them to ultimately wind up in unseemly situations with white men. He asserted that he likewise used to take Diddy and his companions to Turkish houses, and where it counts however much he wasn't.